Hi, my name is Ryan Hurd, and today I want to give you a tip to mount the door drawer sensor on a front door. Let's go. So here we are. Now, I'm presuming that you have already identified the door drawer sensor using the Caregiver Smart Solutions app. So with that said, the large portion of the sensor is what gets mounted on the door itself. Now here's a tip. You know when we identified it with the small tool and we put it in the small button underneath? I would suggest making sure that that hole is oriented down. So when you put it on the door, make sure the hole is down. If you ever have to ID this again, it'll be much easier to get that tool in. The second part is, I would suggest mounting it relatively high. There's no need to mount it anywhere else. It can work anywhere that you want to mount it. But with that said, mounting it low might get hit by a shoe or a knee. Mounting it high up, it seems like it makes it as unobtrusive as possible. Now the small part is going to be put on the molding. And you want to make it close enough, but not too close. And remember, to mount these, it's as simple as peel the piece off the back. Now you have the sticky part. You're going to mount it long ways, like so, as close to the edge of the door as you possibly can, without obstructing the use of the door. And then the second part is going to be mounted on the molding. Now, as you can see, there is a little hash mark on the side of the sensor. It's really tiny, and you want to line them up. You're going to put that on the door, as close as possible, but you want it stable. Give it a nice little push, say 3 seconds, and then verify that you don't do that. Well, here we can see what a sensor is made of. It has a plastic covering, it has a base that has the sticky stuff, and it's just got a little magnet. So if that happens to you, put the magnet back in the sensor, snap the bottom of the body on, and go stick it on the door again. So again, we want to make sure that the little mark on the side of the sensor or the magnet lines up with the sensor on the door. You want to be as close as possible. You want to push it. 2 or 3 seconds is fine. And then you want to verify that the door doesn't pop it off. Looks good. Now here's a tip. Let's say you have a storm door in front of the front door. And let's say your loved one likes to keep this door open. Not a problem. I suggest mounting the door drawer sensor on that front door. And again, we're going to do it the same way. In this case, I mounted one up here in the corner, the exact same way, making sure that the 2 hash marks are as close as possible. And this way we enable your loved one to keep the door open, and we're only checking to see if the storm door opens or closes. Because that's the real important information. We want to know if our loved one has left the house or not, or even left that store door open. Again, you could actually put in 2 sensors. You could put a sensor in for the storm door and label it as such, and a sensor for the front door. This way you'd actually be able to know our loved one has the front door open, but the storm door hasn't opened. And that's just what she likes to do. I know I like to do that in my house, and my storm door also has a built-in screen, so we're able to keep it open for those wonderful spring and summer and fall times. Now, while using the app, you'll be able to see how many times that door has opened. So hopefully today I made it just a little easier for you to mount the door drawer sensor on a front door.
With that said, from our family to yours, Caregiver Smart Solutions.